This is Spassk Dolny, a small town in the far east of Russia. You haven't heard about it for sure, but you probably know about the Vladivostok city that is located a bit to the south of Spassk. Vladivostok is the capital of this region, called Primorsky Krai. Krai in Russian means edge, and indeed, this region is located in the very edge of the country. And I came to Spassk from Khabarovsk for holidays, and I spent here 3 weeks already, and honestly I haven't been doing much, but I at least decided to make a video about our small town. So today I will show you shopping with my mom, some district of Spassk, the center of our town, and a wonderful cafe that I found recently. So let's get into it. So when we went shopping, I didn't hold any hopes. In such a small town as Spassk, it's really hard to find good clothing. About 10 years ago it was even worse. We had to go to the market, or as we called it, bazaar, where you have to try clothes standing on the cold piece of cardboard, hiding behind a curtain while a saleswoman is holding a mirror for you. But these precious times are gone, and now we go to the stores. So my mom and I went to one mall and then went to another. The second store was bigger and actually very cheap, and Russian chanson music played there. Russian chanson is a musical genre, including criminal songs that are based on the themes of the urban underclass and the criminal underworld. It's funny that this kind of genre was played in a family clothing store. As we are located very close to the Chinese border, all clothes are bought cheap in China and resold here. It's funny that clothing inscriptions are often misspelled and make no sense at all. But no matter how ironic I may be about the store, I really bought something cool there. Look at this. After this shopping, my mom and I went home and we discussed our town and why we have so few cafes in Spassk. The problem is that whatever coffee shop is opened here, it's always unprofitable and there are always few visitors. My mom says that it's because people in Spassk are very poor and they just don't have money to buy coffee and all this fancy stuff. But in my opinion, there is some hope, and I think it's not all about incomes, but about the fact that people in our city are simply not used to going to cafes. My opinion changed even more when I visited one nice place that I will show you in the end of this video. But before it, let's go to another district. Today I will show you another district of Spassk. It's called Samzavod. I came here today to sign up for a driving exam, because I didn't pass my exam in the summer and now I have to study in the driving school again. So my exam will be in a month, which means that I will stay here 1 more month, and I don't like this fact because this summer spent in Spassk was very depressive. I have nobody here except of my one friend. I want to go back to a big city. But anyway, in Spassk I can make more videos and show you life of this town, and I really enjoy walking outside somewhere. So it's enough talking, let's look at these buildings. What I like about this district is that it's always very silent, and you can look at the houses here. Some of them are usual typical Khrushchevka, 5-storied building, and some of them are lower. This district used to be very prosperous and rich in the Soviet times because it's assigned to the Spassk cement factory. Because of it, Spassk was called a monotown, which means that all its economy is based on the one enterprise, which was the cement factory. Somewhere over there is a prison. I remember this graffiti probably from the 2010. And now I'm going to show you one of the most important landmarks of this Samzavod district, and it's this sport complex. So here is the football field, which in the winter is turned to the ice rink. Yeah, and this building, it's a swimming pool. I used to go to swimming here, so every time I had to go by bus. I always like this round house, and oh, it's the bus. I have to run. What I really like about Russia is that here we have a well-developed system of public transport. When I'm not distracted by my phone, which happens very rarely, I enjoy contemplation of the city views and thinking about the existence. A bus from Tsimzavod to the central district takes just 20 minutes, but as a child I thought that it's a very big distance, and I was so grateful that I lived in the center of the city. Every time when I come to this center, I always feel that Spassk is such a big city. Even though it's a small town, I still see this difference between the silence of a remote district and just any concentration of life. Look at this cute photo zone. So this is the main street of our town, and these garlands look very beautiful at night. And now I will show you our wonderful ice sculptures. So here we have a thing that looks like a strange plate, and the purpose of this thing is for kids to go there and then to go outside of it. And it's actually very dangerous because when you are going off from this thing, you can... Yeah, so this is the main letters. It says с новым 2021 годом, Happy New 2021. Here we have our Christmas tree, and these ice sculptures are... Yeah. So here we have ice figures that are made in the form of horoscope signs. This is mine, Gemini. So this man wanted to ask for a lighter, and since I didn't have one, he asked another woman, and when she gave it to him, she said that, oh, actually I quit smoking today. Oh my god, look at this. Actually, in my childhood, these sleighs used to be higher. It was about 2 times higher than this one. And now let's go to this cafe. I decided to edit this video there because I really like working somewhere outside of my home. But honestly, I was so shy to do this. I thought people would think I'm showing off because, come on, you're in Spassk, it's not Starbucks. But you know, I didn't expect that I would love the atmosphere of that place so much. I thought there would be no people except of me, but actually there was a company of young moms, couples, and then a woman came with her son. They talked and she asked him, "How was your day at school?" And I was so touched by it. And the cherry on top was when her acquaintance stopped by and they started chatting, and after that they wished good luck to each other. I was like, is it even Spassk? Is it even Russia? I'm actually shocked, and I don't know why. For some reason, I always thought that people in Spassk are rude or that they're insensitive. Maybe because I moved to the bigger city, Khabarovsk, and I started treating people in small towns like, you know, they're uneducated, even though I myself come from here. But in this cafe, there were So many young people, good-looking people, all people there were polite, and I don't know why I haven't noticed it before. I think that it's different now because it's actually the only cafe like this in Spassk, let's say posh and high for our city. That's why I think people try to behave accordingly to the atmosphere of that place, cozy and soft atmosphere. It's like the broken windows theory, when people show only their good nature. I don't know, this is my conclusion. It's hard to explain, but I feel that the thing that made me so happy is the realization that people in Spassk are actually living creatures. I probably have been isolated from people for so long so that I forgot how people really behave. Another thing that I mentioned previously in this video was that I was sure that people in our town don't have money to go to cafes, but this situation gave me some hope. Maybe in several years such places will be more popular and the level of culture here will rise. Every time I come to Spassk, I feel such a mixed feeling. I left this town 4 years ago, and since that time I lived in Khabarovsk, I visited Moscow, and I lived in the United States. Therefore now I look at Spassk with new eyes, and I don't understand how I could live in such a small town for 18 years of my life. But I understand that until that age, Spassk was the only thing I knew. I went to school here, we rode bikes and made fields with my friends, and I also had the internet. Yeah, we live on the edge of the country, but we still have some life here too. We have factories, schools, shops, and people. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Push the like button and write in comments, would you like to live in such a town as Spassk? Alright, see you very soon, goodbye, and have a good day.